Right on. This time I'm going to try my best not to say those bad words, right? Because I don't want to get people all upset, you know. But for, like, Christians and Muslims and Judeans and other people, like, I'm going to put it in the Hindu-y type thing, because them temples are, like, way later, too. Way later. I mean, the temples that they say, well, we got the right stuff because we're the first people. Way later. Go look, do some research and find out when the temples of Buddha, 72 Buddhas and the whole thing. Way later, compared to Sumer, which is the first language that I know, the language. Even before Egyptian, I think. Right? It's totally off the wall. People get right upset because it's like, what? Especially in the Judeo-Christian Muslim, same. It's just the same stuff. Right? Not to be disrespectful, I'm just being factual. Archaeologically factual. Right? Written language. Like I bring up that cylinder of Cyrus, people get all, you know, notwithstanding anything. Right, so I'm going to give you some cool videos to watch. The first one, because everybody talks about Noah's Ark and all this other stuff. And there's a very cool video if you'd like to go watch it. I love the guy. He would probably like to sit down with me, but I would love to talk to him because he's very cool in my, way past me, but whatever, maybe not. Right? Say, he's way past me as far as drinking tea or whatever. Way more proper. He might not be past me, but much more proper than I. Right? And this guy's name is Irving Finkel. All right? If you want to Google it. And he has a video for all of these Christian, Judeo, Muslim, Noah's Ark type thing. And this will give you a laugh, a big laugh, because if you don't get the gist of it, it is hilarious. You have to really, I laugh all through the whole thing. Not because it's funny, you'll have to do it if you want to go check it out. But the channel is called The Oriental Institute, okay? Because I don't do all these links. I just give you the channel. And the video is Irving Finkel, The Ark Before Noah, A Great Adventure. Okay? And you're going to get a look at, everybody talks about Gilgamesh. It wasn't Gilgamesh. It was Atrahasis who got Enki thing to build an ark and do whatever. Not to say that there wasn't a guy named Noah. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you, he wasn't the only one. How about that? And God said, you're the only one. Apparently not, because Atrahasis, Sumer, heard it from Enki. And if you get to watch this video, you'll say, wow. Because of the way it was done. All right? And this is a written record. We have it. That I'm gonna let it go. If you don't laugh, that's your own problem. I can laugh because I can get it. I'm not stuck on whatever. All right? And because I brought up Bart Ehrman, I think I made Bart Ehrman famous. Right? Because I put Bart Ehrman out here as far as my works cited, but there are a lot of others, but Bart Ehrman is all over the place now, isn't he? Because everybody went to go get him. We're going to shut him down! You know, but they didn't. He'd become way more famous. Now maybe Irving Finkel would be too, but I would, it's a trip because I have some stuff I have to do that I have no clue about categorization or anything, but it's not my stuff, and I really don't care. I do care, but not to the extent that I care because I don't want it lost to oblivion, because they were people, right? But these people kept meticulous records and crazy stuff, and I got like 200 years of stuff, like writing and letters from. That's cool. But I married into them, so in that respect, I really don't care. But I do care because they were people. Right? Yes. That's my how much I care about people I don't care about. I mean, I could just throw the stuff out, but I really don't want to, because it's history. Real. Some fucker, I mean, somebody was writing the letters from somewhere saying, hey, you know, whether it's just the weather, it's real history. You know, that's better than trying to figure it out looking at a bone. Right? Back to story. Because of this thing, people say I don't believe in Jesus. And I really don't. I'm sorry, folks. I just, because when I was a little kid, I learned that in the Mormon religion, they were making stuff up and doing stuff, and it wasn't panning out the way things said. You know, so I start asking for books in the library, you know, and say, hey, I want to get this book, you know, and they say, yeah, you can have that. What? That's messed up. You know, same thing goes with all this stuff today. This stuff has changed, which is that's why they're worried, man. Babylon is rising, not falling. They got one language, and these guys can do anything, like take over. Case in point, repeal that motherfucker, huh? Did I start some shit or what? See, and now it's another example of Babylon rising. One people, one mind, they can accomplish anything, like take down government and put in our own. We don't have to take the government away, just put in the person we want. And they say, well, you got to have one of us or one of us. They say, nope, we got to write in Canada. Who started that stuff, folks? And these guys say, well, we just have a parallel society. Fuck that. I say, we just make music and video. You can't eat music and records. Whatever. Which is why they're scared, because with one issue, right? We came in there and trying to change the whole subject. And they're so on the ropes that they don't know what to do. And what was that one issue? Marijuana. They said, we're going to change the law. And they said, oh yeah? They said, yeah, and look up, boom! Recreational marijuana is legal now. Yeah. That's called Babylon rising, not falling. One people, one mind, one language. This one. Ones and zeros. You could do a lot. And if they want to hire people to shut me down, and they do, don't you? Yeah, they want to shut this fucker up, sorry. Right? This is my regular, this is the Spock one. Right? Funny. Side note, Spock. Everybody wants to be Spock. All of these, I'm going to call them, whatever they call them, atheists, agnostics, whatever they do. Well, I just want to ask a question. You're going to question me and answer. If it's right, I will answer with question true and right. Even though your answer may be wrong, my question will be right. You know, that's the whole thing. Everybody wants to be Spock. You know, I'm going to win the debate. The only thing you remember, Spock is the biggest fucking liar of all. That's why Vulcans can't lie. You lied. Oh, I omitted. You lied. Oh, I mistaken. You lied. I lied. I choiced. Hey, a lie is a lie. Doesn't matter how you do it. Fucking Spock is the biggest liar of all. They can't control their dick as bad ain't bad. Sorry, anybody else. Look at his dad. Interspecies breeding and stuff. Why'd you do that? Well, because I loved her. Love had nothing to do with it. He wanted dick with. Spock. Right? Whatever. Digress. Back to the point. I know I couldn't make it through this video without going off on a tangent. Right? Stop watching movies, get real. Right? Back to the story. That Jesus, which is why I don't believe it, because I try to get all these information. They say no, which is the same thing they tell you, because a lot of these other PhD guys like Bart Ehrman can't get in there. They don't want to give it to you because you'll wake up like that, and then they'll lose total control. Right? So another guy that's like Bart Ehrman, but he's a younger guy. He woke up pretty good, you know. His name is Richard Carter. He's PhD. He's a young guy, you know, smart. Well, whatever, proper, whatever. But he went up and he has this whole thing. And then on this channel, it's a humanists, atheists, and agnostics of Manitoba. Not that I say I agree with any of him. I say believe what you want to believe. As long as you don't force your stuff through law, Judeo-Christian Constitution, it's not like that. Whatever. Right? On everybody else. You start saying, well, you can't sell on Sunday because God said so. That's a problem for me. Right? But nonetheless. And the video is why invent Jesus, okay? Because a lot of people out here, because they got cognitive dissonance, they say that you just don't believe in the Jesus the right way. You got to have the different kind of discernment, like I got, you know. And this goes to like Muslims and Jews, you know, Judeos, which is a made-up religion in my opinion too. Judeans made up some stuff, and the Christians come along and stole a bunch of stuff from the Judeans, and then the Muslims came in and tried to put it back to the Judeans, and they're just like Christians. So when these guys start popping on each other, yeah, go ahead, man, you're all the same to me, right? It's cool if you do. I don't care, right? But if you want to go watch that video, because if you want to get in, everybody says, well, you got to go get the Nag Hammadi. And this guy will tell you, that stuff was fraud when they found it. And a bunch of this other stuff like the Sophia and this other stuff, total fraud. Fraud. Just some other guy that cog dissonance, you know. So we're going to make it a different kind. Very cool. So yeah, that's why I get a little tippy on some stuff. Right, because everybody says, well, you can't have that. But nowadays, if you look close, you can find anything. That's what they won't want to put up. See, they say a lot of stuff, right? Because in a lot of places now, that like in archaeology, if they got any scruples, because everybody got 3D printers, man. They putting these bones up, these fossils you can find. You can 3D print all these different fossil finds. Whereas you say, we're going to put these in there or crush them up so nobody finds them, whatever, you know. Or it's just for us, the tea drinker kind of guys, and which is why certain places don't want you let you dig unless you got a permit to show them what you find, and if they don't want it known that you got it found, we'll just confiscate that or take it or do whatever, you know. Which is very funny with this whole disc that they just showed up. Some robbers was in there trying to take some stuff and they confiscated it from them, but now they have to show up because, you know, it's out there. Right? So yeah, if you want to get into some crazy stuff, you know, if you want reality, or if you want to stay in your delusional state, oh, the Sophia, it's just some lame old whatever I'm going to consider fraudulent, as the narrative that they claim as Bible, fraudulent as that, right? Which is very crazy in itself. But because they don't want you to know, they keep it all in their antiquities sections of whatever. Not to say that a lot of it shouldn't be there, but yeah, whatever. They just don't want you to know. They should let it out. And then people will really be fucked up. But I don't think as much as they think. Some will really be losing. Well, because they will have no more money for their church, if that's what you call them, for their endeavors to keep the truth from you.